Welcome geniuses, I'm Genie, your best buddy for A-levels. In this channel, we'll bring you to explore the secret formula behind success.
Today we will go into chapter 10, group 2. So we will go into the physical and chemical properties of group 2 elements. So first of all, we'll go into the trends in physical and chemical properties of elements and their compounds. So next, we'll go into the reactions of the elements with oxygen, water, and dilute acids, and also the behavior of the oxides, hydroxides, and carbonates with water and dilute acids. So first, we will go into group 2 element. So in group 2, we have beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, and barium. All of them will have 2 valence electrons, and they will offload all 2 valence electrons in order to form a metal ions with 2+. So next to go, we will go into the physical properties of group 2 elements. So down the group, the atomic radius and ionic radius increases down the group. So this is because number of electron increases. So number of shell increases down the group. So next to go, we have the melting point of group 2 element. So we have to consider the metallic bond down the group. So we have to overcome the metallic bond in order to melt them. So there's 2 factors affecting metallic bond. So first of all, we have size of metal ions. So next to go, we have to consider the number of electrons in the delocalized electron cloud. Or we could also say it is the sea of delocalized electron. So let's see down the group. So down the group, size of metal ion increases. The number of electrons in the delocalized electron cloud remain the same because they all have 2 valence electrons. So this causes metallic bonds getting weaker down the group. So therefore, lesser energy required to melt them. So melting point decreases down group 2. So next to go, we have first ionization energy. So down the group, size of group 2 element increases. And since number of electron increases and number of shell increases down the group, so the shielding effect increases down the group. So despite the nuclear charge increases down the group, so the attraction between nucleus and the outermost shell is getting weaker. So therefore, ionization energy decreases down the group. So next to go, we will go into the chemical properties of group 2 element. So first of all, we will go into the reactions of group 2 element with oxygen. So this is the general equation for group 2 metal reacting with oxygen, producing group 2 oxide. So we will just need to burn them in the air. So oxygen from the air will react with group 2 metal to form a monoxide. So why that it's monoxide? It is because the charge of group 2 metal is 2 plus and the charge of oxide ions is 2 minus. So the ratio of them will be 1 to 1. So we are required to know the equation of them reacting with oxygen in the air and also the observation. So all of them are metal. So initially they are gray metal. So after reacting with oxygen or burn with oxygen in the air, all of them will turn into a white solid. So therefore, one of the observations that we could see when they are reacting with oxygen in the air, it's white solid, it's formed. And next, we are required to remember the flame color of them. So where we have magnesium burned with white flame, calcium and strontium with red flame, and next barium with green flame. So these are the flame color when they burn with oxygen in the air. So the next reaction to go is the reaction of group 2 element with water. So they all will react with water except beryllium. So they react with water to give group 2 hydroxide and also hydrogen gas. So reactivity increases down the group. It is because getting down the group, they are getting easier to ionize. So since down the group size increases and the electronegativity decreases down the group, so they are getting easier to ionize into group 2 metal ions with 2 plus. So at the same time, we could actually see water undergo reduction. So first of all, we could see beryllium has no reactions with water, and magnesium, it reacts with steam, and also slow with cold water. So we are required to know the equations as well. So when magnesium reacting with steam, so which is H2O gas, so it will produce magnesium oxide and hydrogen gas. But when it is reacting with water, so metal hydroxide, which is magnesium hydroxide, it's formed together with hydrogen gas. So all of them, from calcium, strontium to barium, they all react vigorously with cold water. So questions require us to give state symbols as well. So therefore, we have to put solid for both magnesium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide, and aqueous for strontium and barium. So this is because solubility of group 2 hydroxide increases down the group. So therefore, it is moving from solid to aqueous. So next to go, we have reactions of group 2 metal reacting with acid, producing salt plus hydrogen gas. So we have also group 2 metal oxide dissolved in water, producing group 2 hydroxide. So we have to know it is an exothermic reaction. So the pH of the hydroxide solution increases down the group. So it is also the same. It is because the solubility of group 2 hydroxide increases down the group. So they are producing more OH minus, causes the pH of the solution increases down the group. So next to go, we have group 2 metal oxide reacting with acid, where group 2 metal oxide, they are all basic oxide. So they are reacting with acid. It's just like a base with acid to produce salt plus water. So next to go, we have reaction of hydroxide and also carbonate. So group 2 hydroxide reacts with acid, producing salt plus water as well. So it is just like normal acid or base reaction, producing salt plus water. So next to go, we have group 2 carbonate reacting with acid. So when group 2 carbonates reacts with acid, they are producing salt and carbon dioxide gas and water. So carbon dioxide gas will give us effervescence, and carbon dioxide produced will turn lime water cloudy. So lastly, we have the solubility of group 2 hydroxide and also solubility of group 2 sulfate. So group 2 hydroxide dissolve in water, and the solubility of group 2 hydroxide increases down the group. So they are turning from solid to aqueous. So when it is aqueous, it shows that this compound dissolves in water. So the solubility increases down the group. So next to go, we have group 2 sulfate. So group 2 sulfate dissolve in water, and the solubility of group 2 sulfate decreases down the group. So these are the properties of group 2 element.
That's all for today's video. If you're interested in more genuine sharing by other geniuses, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell, ding dong. Also, if you're struggling with one or two past year questions and the mark scheme just doesn't seem to help, Genie has got you covered. Feel free to let us know what question it is by filling in the Google form linked in the description below. GenieUs Hub will get genius teachers to fulfill your request for the solution. Genie will see you next time. Bye-bye.